I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
This is the story of the eternal rectangle.
Hey, will you watch where you're going?
The good guys, the bad guys, a hot car, and $1,000,000. The good guys have the car and the money. The bad guys have the guns and the muscle. And now they're gonna have it out. Out of town, out of control, out of their minds, and definitely over the limit. Stingray, rated PG.
Hi, this is a paid request for Good Guy 10. If anyone wants to send any requests for any type of videos, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. I will get to them as soon as I can. Both of those links are down below in the info box. And this is a review for the film Stingray from 1978. And it's a film where I wouldn't say it's going for a Smokey and the Bandit vibe, but it's one of those 70s films with a lot of fast cars, a lot of chases. The setup is there's a drug deal. One finds the other has a tracking device. Some people get killed. Our two bad guys, they drive off. They have some stuff. They put it in this car, in a used car lot, in case they get found out. And they do by the cops, but they have nothing, no evidence. And one of the bad guys, I didn't mind him. He was like a blonde guy. The character's name was Lonigan. And he would always say like, icy calm, man, icy calm. Like, I didn't mind his demeanor. It was very nice and rather icy calm demeanor. It was interesting to see what he would do next and say next. For example, a cop puts a gun to his here, and then the guy says, "You know what? I use a Q-tip myself, but whatever turns you on." And so, of course, they have no evidence, so they get out. They meet with this bad lady who's good check of the film wearing a nun outfit, and they try to get to the car, but the car's been sold to these two guys. One is Christopher Mitchum, of course related to Robert Mitchum, and the other is Les Lanham. I knew this guy looked familiar. He was the guy, if you've seen Southern Comfort, he's the guy who bit to stick into orders, and when something happens, he tries to be the leader, but no one respects him. And at one point in the film, he gets a bayonet because he thinks that's the way to do, and charges, but doesn't work out for him. So I'm like, okay, cool. Nice to see him in another movie. And I thought they both did fine for what they had to do. And then one thing leads to another, they get chased by the bad guys, and the rest of the film is them being chased, and so on and so forth. Either they're running through a banner, they're running through an outside concert. At one point, the two of them split up, and one's chasing one on foot, the other's chasing one in a car. The chases are fine. I mean, it's nothing mind-blowing with the car chases, but they're fine. They're more than passable. Some of the music, like, you have this song, High Deer, kind of catchy. Didn't mind the song at all. Like I said, the one blonde bad guy, he had some of the better lines to me. You in the service? What the hell were you, a kamikaze pilot? Or when the bad guys get to this bar to look for info, and the evil lady around talking. And he goes in and goes, everybody stay down. The girl's mentally ill. I kind of wish he was the star of the film. Like, he was a bad guy, but maybe he wasn't really a part of that, or he didn't kill him, or I don't know, just I wish he was in the film more. Well, he's in the film for quite, but he was the most interesting character to me. But I didn't mind the two leads for what they were. It's a film that really there's nothing great about it. Like, the car chases are fine, the pacing was alright. You know, it has a little bit of sense of humor to it. There's a point where the evil lady lights a guy's crotch on fire in a bar. And then, again, they're pretty much, it's a chase movie. Like I said, the car chases, if you're expecting really big, extravagant stunts like you would see at Smokey and the Bandit, you might fall short. Plus, Smokey and the Bandit had Burt Reynolds in his prime, and he was definitely the charisma was shining profusely in a movie like that. Here, I wouldn't say Christopher Mitchum, Les Lanham had a lot of charisma, but they were okay. It's one of those films I'm watching, like, okay, it's the 70s vibe with the soundtrack. At one point, you have these redneck locals. Just because they're bored. We don't see what it looks like when we hit them. And then they miss, and then the bad guys are behind them. There ain't go get by us. Back in the day, redneck locals would just do whatever they want just for the shits and giggles. Getting more into spoilers, starting now, spoilers. It's one of those things I was kind of liking the one bad guy, and then he's talking with the other guy he's with, and boom, he gets like a knife to the back of the neck. At times it's just a little bit I don't want to say out of the blue violent, but considering a lot of the film has this kind of, it has a tone, I don't want to say he's lighthearted, but a little bit comedic. But then these are people that would go by and kill cops, and, you know, this stuff is like, okay. I wouldn't say it's a big tonal shift, but it's just like, imagine Smokey and the Bandit, but then every once in a while, a cop gets killed during these car chases, or someone gets shot in the fucking head. It'd be like, okay, that's where, like, this film, I don't think, it doesn't have, like, the best balance. Like I said, you have the goofy redneck locals, or, you know, those drivers, or get some of the funny lines. So it kind of made you go, okay, what exactly is this movie going for? Because Smokey the Bandit, you could say that's a bit kid-friendly compared to other films. So okay, maybe it's not really going for that route. Actually, I don't even remember when Smokey and the Bandit came out. It might have been around the same time or same year, now that I think about it. So it might not be based on that success. I'm not sure if it's based on another movie. Because, you know, a lot of movies get made from the success of a previous film. Yeah, I don't know when Smokey and the Bandit came out. Very late in the game, our two leads pick up a hitchhiker. I thought it was a bit late to introduce another main character. Because by the time they picked her up, the movie's almost done. And the bad guys, the weird thing is, they finish themselves off. It's not like the heroes fight the bad guys. The bad guys pretty much kill each other. Which was not what I expected. Because like I said, the guy I was liking, he gets a knife to the back of the head. Okay, fine, I'll join you, lady. And then, when they're ready to chase off and they're parked, one shoots the other, and then one shoots the other. And then the lady gets in the car. Now look at what she's doing. Closes the door. There's a shotgun. Accidentally finishes herself off. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I thought that was just a bit weird. I'm like, this is just okay. I just didn't want a film where the heroes would kill the bad guys, but the bad guys did kill people, so they did their comeuppance. Just something about that was just, like I said, it just wasn't what I expected. But I mean, the ending was fine. And extra spoiler alert: this jacket has money on it. This bum took it. Our two leads, along with the girl, are chasing after it. It's now handing off some bridge. Chris Mitchum grabs it, falls to the water. His buddy thinks he's dead, but then Chris Mitchum comes out of the water and says, "Yeah, it was a couple 100 feet upriver. I heard you guys talking. Figure I'd float on by." "What?" "Well, it's more of a dramatic entrance, right?" "I'd kill you." So I actually laughed at that. I thought that was rather funny. So like I said, it was a movie that was entertaining for what it was. The bad guys, in particular the blonde guy, he was actually interesting, had some fun bits of dialogue. Like I said, I liked his icy demeanor. Soundtrack is fine. In particular, I didn't mind the song High Deer. I thought it was rather catchy. The car chases, I mean, this is back in the day when car chases were done for real. And there's nothing extravagant in the stunts, but fine. Nothing to complain about too much. The way the bad guys are dealt with, it was a bit... I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like I say, it was nothing remarkable, but it was okay. It was fine. Like I say, if you like that era of films, it's not like Smokey the Bandit, but that kind of car, fast-moving... If you watched the trailer and you thought it looked cool, it's worth a watch. Not a bad film at all. I don't really have a lot of big complaints about it. Like I said, the two leads are fine. They're no Burt Reynolds or anything, but they're fine. It doesn't end on a stupid out-of-the-blue note, like some 70s films do. Just believe me, there are some 70s films that are lighthearted, and then all of a sudden at the end, the cops go, ah! Because signify peace and love and anti-war, whatever the fuck. There's a lot of 70s movies that have done that. This doesn't. So, like I said, it's worth a watch if you're a 70s guy, if you're a car guy, or again, if you like the trailer. I say it's worth a watch. So, sorry it's not much of a review, but thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.